So for the last couple of decades, right, running a successful website was basically like, I don't know, putting up a giant neon sign on a super busy highway.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You spend all this time, all this money making it bright, optimizing every single bulb,
Mm.
tweaking the colors.
Right, just hoping that drivers pull over and actually visit your store. You just want them to take the exit.
Because the entire economy of the internet was built on getting that car to take the exit,
Yeah.
getting the click. I mean, it's binary, it's easily trackable in an analytics dashboard. It's really the singular metric we've always used to measure success online.
Well, welcome to the deep dive, everyone. Today is Friday, August 14th, 2026, and we are unpacking the latest SEO daily technology report. And the core takeaway here is that the highway we've all been building our businesses on, it's been completely rerouted underground.
Completely.
The drivers don't even need to look at signs anymore because their car is just autonomously driving them exactly where they want to go. It's answering their questions before they even ask to pull over.
Yeah, what's fascinating here is that we're witnessing a total paradigm shift.
Mm-hmm.
We are no longer optimizing for human eyes first. We are optimizing for AI brains.
Right.
And that requires throwing out the old playbook entirely and understanding the actual underlying mechanics of how large language models process information.
So whether you are a marketer, a business owner, or really just someone curious about how information gets surfaced online today, this is critical. Because looking at the data from the past month, we've officially crossed a tipping point.
A massive one, yeah.
Nearly 60% of Google searches now end without a single click to any website. 60%.
It's wild to see it in the actual data.
People are just searching, getting their answer, and closing the tab without ever visiting a source link.
Right, and when you look at the mechanics of the search engine results page, the SRP, the why behind that number, is incredibly obvious.
Because of the AI features.
Exactly. AI overviews, featured snippets, knowledge panels, direct answer boxes, they are all intercepting user intent instantaneously. The search engine is no longer a directory pointing you to answers. It functions as an autonomous answer engine itself.
Okay, let's unpack this with a bit of an analogy. It's like spending hours baking an intricate, incredible pie to sell at a local farmer's market. You set up your stall, you arrange the lighting perfectly.
You got the whole aesthetic going.
Right. But then the market organizer just steps in front of your stall, smells your pie, turns to the customer and describes the taste, the ingredients, and the exact texture.
And the customer says, great, thanks, and just walks away satisfied without ever buying a slice.
Exactly. And you're left holding the pie with zero revenue to show for it.
Which is incredibly frustrating for creators. And this behavior is especially pronounced for informational queries and localized searches. But what's even more jarring for marketers right now is that AI overviews are appearing in 89% of brand search results.
Wait, 89%?
Yeah. Almost 9 times out of 10, an AI is intercepting a brand query and summarizing the company before the user even has a chance to click the official homepage link.
So, okay, if I'm a marketer or a business owner listening to this, how do I justify my budget to my boss? Like, if I'm not getting the click, what is the new metric for success?
Well, you have to pivot. The new goal is earned cited in AI status.
Earned cited in AI status.
Right. Traditional click metrics are basically becoming a lag measure now. They're an unreliable indicator of your actual search visibility. If the user journey ends on the SRP, your strategic goal is to ensure the AI uses your data to construct that final answer.
So you want to be the source it points to, even if they don't click it.
Exactly. You are optimizing to be the cited source, which builds massive top-of-mind brand authority. And the behavioral data actually suggests that if the AI trusts you enough to cite you consistently, it drives high-intent direct traffic later when that user actually needs to make a purchase or, execute a deep dive.
Which fundamentally changes content formatting, right? We're moving away from those fluffy 1,000-word blog posts meant to keep people scrolling for ad impressions.
Oh, completely. Those are dead in this landscape.
Content structured for AI extraction is what wins in zero-click scenarios now. You essentially have to hand-feed the AI bite-sized, easily parsable information.
Yes. Clear header hierarchies, dense data tables, bulleted lists.
And those concise dictionary-style definitions right at the top of the page.
Exactly. You are basically structuring your knowledge base so a machine can ingest it with absolutely zero friction.
But wait, this is where I get a bit confused. If the entire strategy revolves around letting the AI ingest our content to get cited, it seems incredibly counterintuitive that the industry is suddenly scrambling to block AI bots from their servers.
Ah, yeah. The great scraping debate.
Right. because we're looking at a major impending deadline here, September 15th, 2026. Cloudflare is rolling out new default controls for AI bot traffic, and site owners have to lock in their preferences. So why are we blocking them if we want to be cited?
Well, it comes down to economics and distinguishing between specific bot behaviors. Cloudflare's new categorizations acknowledge that not all AI bots provide mutual value.
Okay, break that down for me.
So, search bots, the ones crawling your site to populate real-time AI search engines, those are generally allowed by default because they provide that crucial earned cited in AI status we just talked about.
Right, they give you the credit.
Exactly. But training bots are a completely different story.
Those are the bots scraping the web to build foundational models, right?
Yeah.
Training the next iteration of GPT or Claude.
Precisely. They ingest your proprietary data, your pie recipes, to use your analogy, to make their massive offline models smarter. But they don't cite you. They don't drive traffic.
And they don't interact with your ad network at all.
No, not at all. So Cloudflare is blocking those training bots by default on pages that run ads. Because every time a training bot hits your server, it uses your bandwidth. It uses your compute power.
Oh, wow. So you are effectively paying infrastructure cost to train someone else's commercial AI model for free.
Exactly. It's parasitical.
That makes total sense. You're protecting your server costs from that scraping while keeping the door open for the search bots that actually drive visibility.
Right. And Cloudflare is also blocking agent bots by default on ad pages.
Agent bots.
Yeah, those are the bots pulling data for real-time task execution. And they're completely blocking multi-purpose bots that basically refuse to declare whether they're searching or training.
Google's John Mueller actually weighed in on this recently in the report. He pointed out the really delicate tightrope site owners are walking right now.
It's a huge dilemma for SEOs.
Because if you use a sledgehammer and block all bots via your robots.txt or Cloudflare, you just vanish from the new AI-driven internet entirely.
Yeah, you become a ghost. But if you leave the doors wide open, you bleed server resources and surrender your intellectual property.
But while Cloudflare is handling the server-level gatekeeping, Google is simultaneously handing back some granular control on the visibility side. Like, just this month, August 2026, Google globally rolled out generative AI controls within Google Search Console.
Right, moving it out of those regional testing phases we saw earlier in the UK.
Yeah, so site owners can now go into GSC and explicitly choose to include their content in AI features, exclude it, or inherit settings from a parent property. This governs visibility in AI mode and AI overviews.
And for SEO practitioners, the strategic move here is almost universally to opt in.
Really? Just full opt-in?
Yeah, because the early data from this August rollout shows that securing those AI overview citations actually creates a tangible lift in click-through rates for the roughly 40% of users who do decide to dig deeper.
So isolation is a failing strategy.
Exactly. You configure Cloudflare to block the data vampires, but you aggressively opt in via Search Console to participate in the actual search ecosystem.
Okay, so let's say we've opted in, the search bots are in the room, they're reading our pages, but just letting them read your site doesn't mean they'll actually cite you over a competitor, right?
Not at all. That's just step one.
We have to speak their specific language. Which brings us to a new buzzword for our listeners, GEO, Generative Engine Optimization.
The days of solely optimizing for Google's algorithm are totally dead. We are operating on a multi-engine battlefield now.
Right, because you have to optimize for ChatGPT, Perplexity, Google Gemini, and Anthropic's Claude simultaneously.
And these aren't just different interfaces layered over the same database. Each engine has distinct architectural priorities, completely different weighting systems, and very distinct citation patterns.
It's basically like cooking a dinner party for a group of highly picky eaters.
That's a perfect way to look at it.
Like Perplexity feels like the guest who demands to see the grocery receipts before taking a single bite.
Yeah, Perplexity is strict. It requires a rigid bibliography and heavily favors recent, hyper-authoritative primary sources.
Okay, whereas ChatGPT acts more like an interviewer.
Exactly. ChatGPT is looking for conversational depth. It wants to see entity relationships and really strong EEAT signals to construct a comprehensive narrative.
And Gemini naturally is just tethered to Google's knowledge graph.
Right, meaning it only really trusts data that reinforces what Google's broader ecosystem already believes to be true.
And then there's Claude.
Claude operates like an academic peer reviewer. It looks for complex, nuanced reasoning and structural logic, rather than just scanning for raw facts like the others might.
But practically speaking, how does a small business or even a decent-sized in-house marketing team, have the time or resources to format content for 4 completely different AI architectures. I mean, is that even realistic without a massive budget?
It's highly realistic, actually, but only if you shift your focus from the old way-like keyword density
Hmm.
to entity SEO and structured data.
So you aren't writing 4 different versions of a page?
No, you don't write 4 versions. Instead, you rely heavily on JSON LD to act as a universal translator for all of these machines at once.
Right, because a natural language is inherently ambiguous to a machine. If I write a paragraph about Apple, a human uses context clues to know, the tech company in Cupertino, not, the food.
Exactly. But a foundational model has to expend compute power to calculate that probability. And AI models are fundamentally lazy,
They want the easiest path.
always. They prefer paths of least computational resistance. So by wrapping your content in highly descriptive JSON LD code, you explicitly define the entity.
You literally tell the machine, the entity discussed here is a corporation, its name is Apple, its founder is Steve Jobs, its stock ticker is AAPL.
Yes, you remove all the probability calculations for them.
You are handing them a pre-sorted database instead of a dense paragraph that they have to parse.
Exactly. When you deploy comprehensive FAQ schema, how-to, product, and organization markup, you satisfy Perplexity's need for strict facts.
Yeah.
You feed Gemini's knowledge graph. And you give Claude the structural logic it craves.
All at the same time.
All at once. Tools like Google's Rich Results Test and SEMA.org's Validator aren't just technical checkboxes anymore. They are the absolute baseline requirements for entering this GEO battlefield.
But even if your JSON LD is technically flawless and your entities are mapped perfectly, these AI models will still completely ignore you if you don't pass their trust threshold.
This is huge.
Yeah, one of the most profound shifts in the August 2026 data is that EEAT experience, expertise, authoritativeness, and trustworthiness is no longer just a soft quality guideline for human raters.
No, it functions as a hard algorithmic ranking filter now.
Why is that?
Because AI companies are terrified of the PR and legal nightmares associated with hallucinations. They absolutely cannot afford to serve dangerous, medically inaccurate, or financially ruinous information in an authoritative conversational voice.
Oh, right, because the AI states things so confidently.
Exactly. So to mitigate that risk, their systems use real-world brand trust as a safety net. If you are an unknown blog with perfect schema markup, the AI will bypass you in favor of an established brand with mediocre markup.
Wow. It defaults to the trusted entity.
Always. Which structurally merges SEO and digital PR. You cannot engineer your way to the top of an AI overview purely through on-page tweaks anymore. You have to build off-page authority, secure mentions in Tier 1 publications, and demonstrate verifiable subject matter expertise.
The AI basically needs to see that other trusted entities in your space recognize you as an authority.
Exactly.
And this demand for verifiable trust drastically changes local search, too, bringing this into the physical world.
Oh, local search has been entirely upended.
Because for local intent like hospitality, healthcare, real estate, your Google business profile, your GDP, is no longer just a digital phone book listing. It is your primary digital storefront.
Think about the mechanics of an AI local search today. If a user asks, what's the best pediatric dentist near me that takes emergency appointments on Sunday mornings?
All right, a super specific conversational query.
The AI isn't going to crawl the individual websites of 50 local dentists in real time to find that out. It pings the Google Business Profile database.
It's cross-referencing operating hours, accurate NAP, data name, address, phone number, and sentiment analysis from recent reviews.
And if your GBP data is incomplete, or if Google systems cannot verify your business facts faster and more reliably than your competitors, you lose the AI citation instantly.
So local SEO in 2026 is entirely about database hygiene and review management.
100%.
But trust also isn't confined to a standalone website or a local profile anymore. Search discovery has completely shattered its traditional borders. Throughout July and now August 2026, Google Search Console rolled out extensive platform reports for X, Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok.
Which is a monumental expansion of Search Console's architecture. It formally acknowledges that the SERP is essentially a multimedia aggregator now.
You can now literally go into GSC and see exactly what specific Google search queries are driving impressions and clicks directly to your TikToks or your X posts.
It's incredible visibility.
Setting up a platform property takes a few clicks, and suddenly an SEO team has a unified dashboard connecting traditional search visibility with social media performance.
Which feeds right back into that EET loop we were talking about.
How so?
Well, If your brand is actively producing engaging, highly viewed content on YouTube and TikTok, and Google is tracking and serving that content in its search results, that strengthens your entity's overall authority graph.
Ah, I see. It proves your real brand.
Right. It proves to the AI models that you are a dynamic, real-world entity, not just a static collection of web pages that someone spun up overnight.
But tracking all of this, I mean, AI citations across 4 different engines, managing bot traffic rules, deploying complex JSON LD, maintaining localized Google business profiles, and monitoring how your TikToks rank in Google SERPs, it requires an entirely new tier of infrastructure.
You definitely can't manage this scale of chaos with legacy rank trackers and Excel spreadsheets anymore.
Right. So the tooling landscape has been forced to evolve just as aggressively as the search engines. We're seeing the rise of these unified command centers.
Yeah, there are dedicated niche geo platforms emerging now. Tools like PKI, Otterly, and Profound.
And they specialize exclusively in tracking brand mentions inside large language models, right?
Exactly. But the traditional heavy hitters are rapidly absorbing those capabilities too. Semrush One and SE Ranking have effectively pivoted from keyword trackers into holistic generative intelligence platforms.
Look at how they've restructured their offerings. SEMrush 1.1, which is what, $199 a month now?
Yep, $199.
It now simulates user prompts across 50 different AI instances. It's essentially spinning up instances of ChatGPT, Gemini, and AI mode, feeding them queries and reverse engineering the outputs to see if your brand was cited.
It's incredibly sophisticated. It blends that next-gen GEO tracking with traditional organic keyword data and server log analysis.
And SE Ranking is taking a similar approach. Their base platform covers traditional metrics, but their $89 AI search add-on specifically monitors performance within AI overviews and Perplexity.
They are trying to give marketers a single pane of glass to view both the dying click-based web and the rising zero-click ecosystem.
Yet, even amidst this massive pivot to AI tracking, there is still a vital place for foundational data purists.
Oh, definitely.
Ahrefs really stands out here. While everyone else is rushing to build these generative AI dashboards, Ahrefs is holding its ground as the gold standard for pure backlink analysis.
Yeah, at $129 a month, they cater to the technical SEOs who want raw, unfiltered crawl data, rather than what some in the industry are starting to call dashboarded AI noise.
Though Ahrefs did introduce a brand radar feature to track a handful of AI prompts, right?
They did, yeah. But their core value proposition remains unchanged. And there's a really strategic reason for that. Backlinks are still the foundational votes of trust that build EEAT.
Even if the AI doesn't click them.
Exactly. An AI model might not click a link, but its training data relies heavily on link graphs to determine which entities are authoritative in the first place. Ahrefs Link Index provides the raw material needed to understand how a brand's authority is perceived by the broader web.
Okay, so let's synthesize all of this for you listening. Whether you're trying to figure out how to get your local business found in a neighborhood search, or you're an enterprise marketer trying to understand why your analytics dashboard looks completely broken today, the reality is stark.
Very stark.
We are living in a zero-click, AI-driven world. The old game of trapping users on your website is over.
It really is. Earning citations across multiple generative platforms matters significantly more now than traditional link clicks.
Right.
Establishing real-world brand trust, proving your expertise, and meticulously structuring your data so machines can effortlessly map your entities, that is the blueprint for digital visibility in August 2026. The internet is no longer a catalog of links. It is a highly intelligent answer engine that prioritizes clarity and authority above all else.
It's a fascinating evolution, honestly, but it leaves us with a massive structural question to chew on.
Yeah, the elephant in the room.
If AI systems become so incredibly efficient at summarizing human knowledge that users never again need to click through to a source website, what happens to the financial incentive for creators to publish original information in the first place?
It's a scary thought. If the clicks stop, the ad revenue dries up, and affiliate models collapse completely. Without a commercial incentive to fund deep research, investigative journalism, or, even a really great recipe blog, does the internet's open library eventually stagnate and stop growing?
If the neon signs all turn off, who pays to keep paving the highway? That is something to think about. But that is a wrap on today's deep dive into the August 14th, 2026 SEO Daily Technology Report. Thank you for exploring these massive shifts with us, and we'll catch you on the next one.